right, Amanda, I want to go back to you on the question of Stephen Harper duking it out mano a mano with your fearless leader, Michael Ignatieff. Do you think this is a good move?
Well, you have to wonder if it's a little bit of a strategic error for Harper, somebody who's been really acclaimed as being a person who doesn't make those tactical errors. But you have to ask yourself, why would Harper want to go head-to-head with our Liberal leader? Why would he want to make that public admission? It's a strange thing for Harper to have suggested, and certainly one that Ignatieff has been very vocal about taking him on anytime, any place, anywhere.
Well, I mean, apart from at the consortium, where it apparently was offered today and declined by the Liberal Party, but I don't think Mr. Harper said this by accident. I think he was very clear when he was asked this question that there are going to be two options at the end of this campaign. There is going to be a majority, stable, Conservative government, and if you don't have that, what you're going to have is a Liberal coalition backed by the NDP and the Bloc Québécois. There won't be a more minority Conservative government. Mr. Harper, on the first day of the campaign, was very clear. He said that he would accept the minority mandate, but that the opposition parties never will. And Mr. Ignatieff needs to answer as to whether if he finished second and lost the campaign, would he allow the winner of the campaign to govern?
Amanda, I wanted to ask you just sort of generally on the Liberal campaign so far. It's promising reasonably big spending initiatives borrowing off the corporate income tax cut that it would cancel. You think that's starting to resonate with people, or are people a little alarmed that they keep talking tax increases and coalitions and things? What's your sense from Toronto?
Yeah, you know what? I think that it's a lot less about the spending price tags and a lot more about spending priorities. And I think what you're seeing is a stark contrast between the Conservative singular focus on corporate tax cuts and also on their kind of dated view of what family looks like. And by contrast, you see the Liberals who are putting forward policies, programs, and priorities that are really relevant to Canadians. How am I going to get my kids through school? How is the sandwich generation going to care for our elderly and aging families? They're bigger, broader, more inclusive policies. And what we continue to see from the Conservatives is this partisan political calculus that benefits some while isolating others.
Take that, Mike Starshaw.
Well, she said it wasn't about price tags, but Amanda, it is about price tags. I mean, yeah, obviously we're not going to keep up with $1 billion a day in spending announcements from Michael Ignatieff because he's only got one way to pay for these, and that is tax increases. So that's the blunt truth about this. That he's got a high tax agenda. The people that would support him in a coalition have a high tax agenda as well. That's all shared, and the high spending agenda comes along with it. So you know, we can look at these announcements and argue them on their merits, but we have to argue them on whether we can afford them too. And the only way Ignatieff's affording them is by raising taxes.
Amanda, I'm just wondering what your take is. The new polls keep coming out, and they basically tell the same old story. Michael Ignatieff hasn't gained yet on Mr. Harper by any measurable amount. What do you think the Liberal campaign has to do to get attention and start switching those voters?
Well, you know, I think that what we're really seeing on the campaign trail is a bit of a surprise to early Ignatieff critics. We see a comfortable, confident politician, somebody who came off a media tour last summer where he literally met with thousands of Canadians, and he's really refining the art of retail politics. And it's evidenced by the kind of crowds that you're seeing at his events. They're boisterous, they're ad hoc, they're ad lib. He looks like he's truly enjoying himself. Meanwhile, we have Mr. Harper in a bubble, restricting media access, and really playing a game that really only makes him look like the Harper of 2004. I think Ignatieff just needs to keep doing exactly what he's doing to resonate with Canadian families.
All right, Mike Starshaw. Normally I'd give you a chance to reply, but we're out of time. And this is Amanda's first day, so we'll be nice. And next week you can get first dibs on.
I was astoundingly nice.
You were very nice. Thank you very much. Mike Starshaw for the Conservatives.
Bye, Amanda.
Amanda Alvaro for the
Bye,
Liberals.
Mike.
Thank you both for joining us. See you next week.